During 2022, while all of DeFi was collapsing around us, Arbitrum was growing. And as they were growing, they were secretly collecting the addresses of all of the users that were using the layer 2 in order to distribute one of the largest airdrops in history. I personally know people who received over 5 figures in USD value of this airdrop, but here's the kicker. There's only a few weeks left to claim. And so if you want to make sure that you don't leave any of these free ARB tokens on the table, make sure you watch the rest of the video. Let's jump into it. All right, so here we are at arbitrum.foundation. I'll leave a link directly to that in the description so you don't have to go Googling around for it. But as you can see here, it is August 31st right now, 2023, as I'm recording this, and there's 23 days left in order to claim. So you basically go to arbitrum.foundation, and this is my address up here. This is just like a random burner address that I have, but you'll see an option to connect your wallet. You want to do that and then click check eligibility. It's super simple. If you are eligible, then it'll tell you. If not, then it'll say this. And if you've already claimed, then it'll say that you've already claimed. Now, in order to be eligible, you would have had to have done some of these things here on the screen before March of 2023. So if you were active on Arbitrum, on GMX, on Uniswap, on Radiant, on Aave, any of those types of applications during 2022 or early in 2023, then you would be eligible. And make sure you check all of your addresses, because I actually received this airdrop on more than one address. Most people I know that received it on more than one address. So it's definitely worth checking all of your addresses. Now, if you scroll down on the website, you'll see the distribution, and you can see that over 10% of all of the ARB tokens went to individual wallets. So that's the airdrop. There's also some insider allocations. There's some DAO ecosystem allocation, which is basically like apps on the blockchain on the layer 2 have their own allocation of ARB tokens. Like some of those dApps would be like GMX, like Radiant, other ones that I've mentioned before, and each of those applications gets to decide what they want to do with it. A lot of those applications have already made their decisions, like Radiant airdropped it to some of their token lockers, and I think like GLP just has that kind of earmarked for other purposes. But you can see that there's still quite a bit of an allocation to the team and future advisors. That becomes unlocked starting a year after the airdrop. So for at least the next few months, the team won't be dumping on our faces, and then the DAO treasury as well. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did they give away such a large portion of their tokens? Considering this was, I think it launched at like an $11 billion fully diluted valuation, like a $2 billion-ish, $1.5 billion market cap. The reason, there's a few reasons. Number one, primarily to decentralize governance, right? So if you have various different applications and various different individuals who are given token allocations, then you're able to distribute governance to multiple people instead of it all just being the Arbitrum DAO or the Arbitrum Foundation that's making the decision, which is important for the ethos and the roadmap of the Arbitrum network. Another reason why they would airdrop is to retroactively reward their early adopters of the technology. But probably one of the bigger reasons, and why I'm personally pretty optimistic on the future of airdrops whenever market conditions improve, at least, is that it is a really good way to distribute tokens and get a token that can be liquid and give you some ability to kind of like maybe raise capital or pay your team in ways that aren't cash without, well, I'm not going to say without being a security, but it seems as if after the XRP case, most people, and I'm not a legal advisor, not a tax advisor, not a financial advisor, but it does seem like the consensus in the industry seems to be that post the Ripple case and the SEC just taking repeated L's in the courts, that if you airdrop a token and you just literally just give it away to your entire community and decentralize the protocol that way, that is less likely to be considered a securities offer, right, or an investment agreement. So they're able to launch the Arbitrum token. They're able to get some liquidity from yield farmers like you and me, providing liquidity on apps like Uniswap in order to get a yield on those free tokens. And they're able to pay their team in ARB tokens, and those team members can sell them if they'd like. And then investors and speculators can then buy the ARB token if they'd like and support the price that way. And all of that can be done. And I'm not a lawyer, definitely not Arbitrum Foundation's lawyer, but it seems to be with a reduced risk of being targeted for offering some sort of investment agreement by literally just giving away the tokens for free. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Finally, you might be wondering if there's any other potential airdrops, because if you didn't qualify before this airdrop occurred, then you can't go back in time unless you've invented a time machine and farm the Arbitrum airdrop. But there are other airdrops potentially on the horizon. Now, this is very speculative, and you never know what the exact criteria will be for an airdrop, but you can guess with your intuition and industry experience. So some of the airdrop opportunities that people in my network are interested in are things like Eigenlayer, like Polygon ZK EVM, Layer 0, and ZK Sync. There's tons of guides out there on how to farm those airdrops. Just drop a comment down below if you want us to make any guides on how we are doing our airdrop farming. At Beacon, we spend quite a bit of time figuring out the best airdrop farming opportunities and the most efficient way to get exposure to them on a bunch of different wallets. So if that's something you're interested in, drop a comment, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, if it feels helpful to you, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.